everyone and welcome to another video. Today's video I'm filming a Ben Recommends video. For those who don't know, Ben Recommends is a bit of a segment I have on my channel for the past year where I basically pick a topic and I recommend books within the topic. So I've done a Ben Recommends boarding schools, or a Ben Recommends witches, or a Ben Recommends dystopia. And today I'm doing a Ben Recommends elemental control. So for those who don't know, I love elemental control. Ever since I watched some programs when I was younger about witches, ever since Aang the Avatar, I have been pretty much head over heels obsessed with elemental control. I have picked out some of my favourite books of this year so far and last year, but books basically with elemental control woven into the story. Now there are loads I'm missing out and you'll be able to tell which ones they are at the end of the video, but until then I can do another one, so let's just crack in. So the first one I want to talk about is Air Awakens by Elise Kova. Now this book is about a girl called Vala who is a librarian assistant in this kind of fantastical world where everybody knows that the sorcerers are real and they're really things, and you have different sorcerers based on the different elements, and nobody really likes them because of the wars that they've created and all these things. It isn't until the day where she meets up with the Prince Aldrich, who is kind of a bit of a douche at the beginning of the book, and he takes her on a walk and is talking to her and basically pushes her off a building, and then her powers awaken and she turns out to be a sorcerer of a certain element. And yes, you must check this out. This is like Aang the Avatar on steroids. It really is. It's such a fantastic read and it just floats really, really well. Floats, Air Awakens, so funny. It's such a fantastic start to the series and the cover art is fantastic, and Elisa's writing is very, very, very poetic and kind of intrusive because it just gets in your mind and won't leave you alone. So yes, Air Awakens, if you like Aang the Avatar, you are going to 100% love this. So that moves quite nicely onto the next book, which I've just thrown on the floor. And that next book is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. This book is basically leads on from Air Awakens really well, as it also has the Aang the Avatar vibe. It is set in a world where you have witches and there's different types of witches. There's water witches, fire witches, earth witches, air witches, thread witches, all these different types of witches. So not only is there elemental control, there is also different ones. Now it follows our main character here, who is a truth witch, and she kind of gets obsessed with loads of different, there's like loads of different witches in this universe. So you see water magic, air magic, fire magic, and all these good things. Ow. And yes, Truth Witch is just such a fantastic read for those who like the whole fantastic elements with magic in it as well. This is very, very, very awesome. It kind of leads me on to my next recommendation because it has kind of the similar vibes as Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Shadow and Bone is about this world. It's kind of like based off Russia, and it has people that can control elements as well, and they're called Grisha, and really, really awesome. This follows our main character, who is a sun summoner, and she can summon the sun and light, and in this world you have people that can summon water, earth, fire and air, as well as darkness and other things as well. This is such a fantastical read, and if you are not new to this channel and you've been around for a while, you'll know I'm pretty goddamn obsessed with this series. So yes, they all kind of lead on really nicely together. Now moving on to the same idea of elemental control, but maybe from a different perspective and moving away from the fantasy, we are going into a bit of a fairy urban fantasy section. So starting off we have Shattered Blue by Lauren Bird Horowitz. I'm currently halfway through this, and it's about a girl who goes to a boarding school. Her sister's just died in an accident and she blames herself. She goes to this boarding school and she's kind of grieving, and it's very, I mean, the way this author's written about grieving is touching, really touching. And basically this boy comes to her school called Callum, and Callum's a bit different, and they kind of like hit it off straight away, and she, to the point like she even sees a spark when they touch. But it turns out that Callum is Fae, and he must absorb the light of others by kissing or touching to be able to use his Fae abilities, and he is a blue Fae, which means he can control elements. And in this story there's blue Fae who can control elements, red Fae, green Fae, clear Fae, so they all control different things, not necessarily elements, sometimes thoughts, sometimes emotions. So Shattered Blue is a fantastic read for those who like fairies, but also has that elemental control thing in it where he can do loads of different things and manipulate the elements, which is really, really awesome. But apart from that, that's just a small inclination of what this story is. This story is so good. I'm gonna finish it today. I literally sat in a dark room yesterday and read half of it, so yes, I can't wait to read part 3, which is about Callum's brother Judah, and he's a bit of a nasty piece of work, really. That then leads me nicely onto this one, which is this urban fantasy, which is Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is a fantastic book about this jumper who can go through different parallel Londons, and there's elemental control in this. There's Londons without magic, with magic, and it's just like a really incredible read. And the TV rights have just sold for this book as well, which I'm so excited about because I've just read the book and I'm thinking out about this series, and the sequel is coming out in like, I don't know, really soon, like in 20 days or something like that. I don't know, but I'm so goddamn excited about it, to the point where I'm like, shall I pre-order? I think I should pre-order it just because she's giving away these awesome cards. But yes, anyway, if you like kind of not paranormal, urban fantasy books based in London and alternative Londons with magic, and oh, it's so good. And last but not least, a bit of a middle grade urban fantasy, which is The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, book 1 in the Magisterium series. This is about this boy who knows he's a sorcerer, like a wizard, and Dad's always told him, no, don't do this, blah, 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 don't go to this school, fail your tests in this initiation thing where you go and you have to do these tests to find out if you are actually magical and then put into the thing. And he tries to fail, but actually he passes with flying colours, and it just kind of leads up to this whole world of like magic and courtly intrigue and elemental control and trials and all these awesome things. So yes, middle grade book by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black, I highly recommend. So there you have it, there's my bit of a ramble video about elemental control. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know by if you enjoyed by giving this a thumbs up and commenting down below. And if you're new to this channel, then do subscribe because I'll be putting out videos every week. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again really soon. Bye bye.